I've set some type here for headlines and subheadlines. Snow melts. Summer is on the way as temperatures rise. This is the headline, the first larger lettering. The subheadline is more words, smaller lettering, same lettering but smaller, and it has more to say. It gives you a little bit more information. It sets the hook, as it were, so that I've got these now in several different fonts. I made it in this Impact. That's a font that you're going to have on your machine. So if I come here and look at it, see it's Impact Regular. The way I've made these changes is I've just selected both the head and the subheadline. Now notice that the headline sits on its own baseline, and there's a separate baseline for Summer is on the way, the subheadline. Don't hit the return key and try to make the second line connect to the first line in a body of copy. That's not how this headlines work. When you make a headline, you take the text tool and you click once, and then whatever the font is, you type. Whoops. You type, and then when you get the words you want, you stop. If you want another line, you can, what I do here is I can just copy this one and bring it down here and make a second line, and then I type and click, 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 and I make it all in black, and I've got my caps lock on. Now obviously the font here has to be bigger. That's at 24 points. Let's kick it up and make it well, I'm getting into about 50, let's go 56 points. So that is one, that's the headline, and the subheadline centers or tucks itself in there, and they're not connected so that you can maneuver them around a bit. Now I've got a line here that's going to be my margins, and I need to have Summer on the way to be out to the edge of that. So what I'm going to do now is come down to my overall kerning. See, it's 0, and I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to push that out until the space is equidistantly spread between all the characters until Summer actually comes out and touches these guidelines. Snow melts is big enough. I can leave a little space here. They are both centered, and in paragraph they are centered on themselves, and both of them are centered on the center guideline. But I want this to reach out because my body copy is going to take up, the space underneath here, and so I want that to work in my behalf. Now the second one here is times, and it's not as thick as this, and it seems to be at that size. It's wider, and the snow melts is almost to the edge of my guidelines anyway. But Summer on the way isn't. So I've either got to make it smaller or squeeze them closer together. I can't really squeeze them anymore, so I'm going to go smaller type. 24, 23, 22, 21. I'm getting close. And now I'm there. Summer is on the way. And maybe I'm going to get with the arrow key, I'm going to just touch it up a little closer to Snow Melts. Okay, so that's fitting. And Snow Melts is covering the whole space as well. Here is a Century School book, and the same thing is, it's sticking out so much that I can go here to the kerning and actually hit negative kerning, and all of the letters begin to get closer together. Now I can't get too close, although if you wanted to kern just between the L and the T, the way the L sticks out and the T sticks out, click with your text tool between just those two. Hold down the Option key, and the left arrow will pull them closer together, and you can almost tuck those L and T's inside each other. They don't touch. The same thing going on with the N and the O. Pull that a little closer together because the O is separating away. The same thing between the O and the W. Just use that one time, the kern in between, not the whole bunch, and then the Option key and the left or right arrow to push things around. I'm still outside my margins here, so I'm going to come from 72 points. I'm going to back it down until it meets something like that. So I went to 67 points. It's still large, and I can see it. Same thing's going to happen with Summer's on the rise. I'm going to start backing it down until it fits in that space. I could even go smaller, and then hold the option key down and the right arrow and push them apart and spread them out a bit. They're going to get as wide, but I might think that I want to have more space in here so that they're more easily read. I can select that second line, and with the up arrow I'm going to put a little closer too. And the last one here is Snow Melts. It's Helvetica, and I'm just going to knock it down to 71. That seems to fit. And Summer is on the way. It's 24. Let's take it down and make, whoops, a little one too many there. Let's see, let's let that run. Now, there's other ways of doing this. You could actually come down here and make the words narrow. Instead of 100%, you could make them, 80%. And still legible, but working in your behalf. Another thing, if you spell a word wrong and you say Wednesday, W-E-N-D-E-S-D-A-Y. Now, if you, let's say you spelled it S-E, Wednesday, and let's get that a little larger. That's at 19 points. Let's go up to 48 points. Okay. Now let's say you have that word in your page here. You want to check your spelling. Go up to Edit, down to Check Spelling, and it's going to say, okay, I'm ready to start. Hit the Start button. So you hit Start, and it found the bad word, and it's giving you then some choices here. Wednesday, I don't know what that means, but here's Wednesday, the word, and Wednesday's plural, and then wandered and windless. It's trying to figure out what you want, but I want Wednesday, and so I say change, and it did change it to the right one. Now it's found no more spelling errors, and so it shows you nothing to look at and make choices of, and so you just hit done and you're there. And then if there are other misspelled words, it will find them. Now sometimes spell check can't find your words because it's either so unusual or a proper name or something, it just gives up, and then you have to do some other homework on your own. But that's how you get spell check to work for you. Alright, so these headlines then are a good comparison too. What do I want to use? This impact is thick and it's tall and it's narrow, and it makes a pretty good headline. The others are working, but I think I would go with the impact, because the headline and subheadline are supposed to be attractive and get your attention and tickle your funny bone or raise your hackles or something to get you to follow on with the rest of the article or ad or whatever it is it's working with that. So that's a look at heads and subheadlines. Try not to connect them. Don't hit the return key to get the second line. Make an entirely new second line so you can move it, size it, control it, kern it, whatever you need to do to get these headlines and subheadlines working for you.